When we hear about the Islamic Golden Age, most history books highlight science, mathematics, and art. But what they rarely talk about is what happened to those who refused to convert during the rise of the caliphates. The truth is shocking, and it doesn't come just from their enemies, it comes from the writings of Arab chroniclers themselves. One of the most chilling practices was the Devshirme, also called the blood tax. Every few years, Ottoman officials would sweep through Christian villages in the Balkans. Parents were forced to hand over their sons, usually between the ages of 8 and 18. Resistance meant death. These boys were taken to Istanbul, converted to Islam, and trained to forget their families, their culture, even their language. The most promising were turned into janissaries, the Sultan's elite soldiers. Think about the cruelty here. Christian boys, stolen from their homes, raised to fight against their own people. Historians estimate that between 500,000 and 1 million children were taken this way. But the story doesn't end there. Most of us know about the Atlantic slave trade. But the Islamic slave trade lasted far longer, over 1,400 years. Conservative estimates put the number at 11 to 17 million Africans enslaved. And the difference was brutal. Up to 90% of male slaves were castrated. Many died from the procedure. Those who survived became eunuchs, forever marked, unable to have families, treated as less than human. Women didn't escape horror either. They were sold into harems or used as concubines. Slave markets in Cairo and Damascus openly displayed them naked for inspection. The caliphates didn't stop at enslaving people. They targeted entire religions. Ancient Zoroastrian fire temples in Persia extinguished, Coptic Christian monasteries in Egypt destroyed, over 50,000 Hindu temples in India smashed during the campaigns of Mahmud of Ghazni. This wasn't random destruction, it was psychological warfare. By tearing down holy sites, conquerors sent a clear message: your gods are powerless. And then came the economic and cultural erasure. Taxes on non-Muslims were deliberately crippling. The infamous jizya tax often cost months of wages, collected in humiliating public ceremonies. Languages like Coptic in Egypt and ancient Persian were wiped out, replaced by Arabic. Festivals banned, libraries burned. Even city names changed. Within centuries, entire civilizations vanished. These weren't isolated incidents. They were systematic policies designed to break the spirit of conquered peoples. The result: cultures that had survived Greeks, Romans, and Persians were erased in just a few generations. Millions were enslaved. Countless traditions were lost forever, and much of it is missing from the way history is taught today. By looking honestly at these stories told not only by victims, but by Muslim chroniclers themselves, we start to understand how entire civilizations can disappear, and we see patterns of cultural destruction that echo even into the modern world.